Johnny Vickers. So,
Tim, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Perfect. Couldn't be a better day.
So your Hawaya Racing is well known for building Nitro Harley chassis, both the Pro Fuel class, which you're extremely well known for with your school and all that. And I know you've got Tim Kerrigan just won a Top Fuel race on a brand new build, and I understand Sam White, pilot of with this White Lightning racing machine, has got a new Top Fuel bike coming along the way. What else you got going on?
Well, we're doing a couple of the bagger bikes as well. The Outlaw bagger, I guess is what you call that. We're putting our big block Derringers in those, and so right now we're in the process of making the components to allow our big block to fit in those chassis, right? Except different transmissions like Jim's, Vickers, the race case, which is Zipper's Danny and them's transmission, and go in there because they've been running those 160 motors, typically that still knife and fork motors, but they're just breaking the hell out of them. So, and I told those guys, I said, it doesn't matter what you put in the fuel tank. You can put water in the fuel tank, don't matter. If you make 400 or more horsepower, that design is not going to be able to take the punishment. And so it doesn't matter if it's gasoline, nitro, alcohol, it doesn't matter. So, and they're finding that out. We went through that movie already. That's the whole reason I built these motors.
Sure.
So, so now we're going to put our Derringer big blocks in there, and then they're not going to break those motors anymore.
Right.
That's going to be a thing of the past.
Right.
So now they're going to start breaking the transmissions.
Right.
but then that's going to be somebody else's
That's going to be Danny's job.
Yeah, either Danny's problem or Baker's problem. It's not going to be my problem. But yeah, I've got two of those right now. I'm doing one for Frank Velasco, and I'm doing one for Mark Frick.
All right.
And one's a 196 normally aspirated alcohol.
Okay.
The other's a 156 alcohol turbocharged.
Okay.
So different combinations.
Yeah.
Both the engines are about, Frank's is about 75% complete. Mark's is about 50% complete. All the design work is done. Most of the CAD and the NC files and stuff are done. So we've got the material in to make adaptive pieces that we need, and so that's going on really smooth. It takes a while, but we're going where nobody's gone before. So we can do the impossible kind of like we can do the difficult overnight. Impossible takes a little bit longer.
Gotcha. So in addition to complete motors and complete race bikes, you sell any components? You make and sell any components?
Oh yeah, well we make 90% of these things. 90%. We make wheels, belt drives, clutches.
And those are all available individually.
Yes, absolutely. So belt, and all the belt drives, motor plate assemblies, we do all of that stuff. Front end, our own, like I said, our own wheels. This body work, we got some Top Fuel body work that we do as well. Mainly for our stuff, but it can be adapted to other things if you want to do that. But and then of course we do a lot of repair work, a lot of upgrade work on older bikes, things like that, and get them up to speed. Last couple of years we've been in the Max. We've gone to Max ECU control, systems for the Terminator 2 bike has full Max race components on it, so it does everything. The Max is the ignition. It does all the data logging. It does all of the timer functions, so you don't have to have a separate ignition and a separate race pack and to collect all your data, and don't have to have an EM box to do your timing functions and all that. One box does it all, and it opens a lot of doors for us that have been closed in the past.
Yeah.
And so that's really exciting. What I find myself having to do is go back and things that I couldn't experiment with because we couldn't open that door.
Right.
Now we can open the door. So I got to go back now and rethink of things that I've done over the last 10 years or so, because now I have capabilities that I didn't have then.
Sure.
And it's pretty interesting
Absolutely.
Sometimes you open the door and there's 4 or 5 more doors behind that.
How long have you been doing this?
This is 40 years for me.
You know, a lot of people have been doing something like that 40 years. When new technology comes along, they just
They
cash
shy
out.
from it. Yeah, they
I
can't.
mean, it's good to see that you want to keep
they're
learning
done.
and keep going.
That's what keeps me going.
Sure.
You know, I love the new technology, and I love for somebody to say it won't work. You can't do that. And I'm going, why? You know, it's not about how come I can't. It's why can't I?
And now you've got a clutch dyno. Tell me about
we got
that.
a clutch dyno. There's only 7 of these made. It's a top fuel clutch dyno. The one I have was built for Don Perdone, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And it's operational now.
Mm-hmm.
And I have one last phase of the dyno to complete, and that's to put the load cells in it that will read to the race pack strain gauges, and that actually translates to PSI. So I can measure plate load, basically. So, but we can measure the travel in the pressure plate, clutch cannon, and all those kind of things. Now we have all the pieces finally that I needed to finish that up. It took me 6 months and quite a few dollars to find one little connector that I needed for all those load cells to talk to the race pack. I have that now.
All right.
So we're in the process of designing the flywheel for it to accept our clutches rather than car clutches, and then it'll be a 100% operational. But we put the T2 clutch on it here about 2 months ago, 6 weeks, 2 months ago, because we've been the 60 foots were terrible on this bike, and we took the clutch apart 4 or 5 times. We never could figure it out. We put it on the clutch dyno by the end of the day. I had it figured out, and we had it back in shape, and now this thing has run 115 60 foots at 4 different events, and it's been in the 20s and teens ever since.
Yeah, and not on necessarily the best racetracks at some of them.
That's the good part, right? That's the chassis design and all that working together. But the T1 always did that.
Yeah.
And this one early on did it, and then it kind of got lost, and there was an issue that we had in the clutch that the clutch dyno pointed us to it. We were able to focus on that, find it, and then put it back on there and determine we had it fixed. And from then on, it's been good.
Awesome.
So we're all for that. We will offer that to any customers that are wanting to experiment with their clutch setup and learn more about it. We have our own CNC, our own heat treating process now. We can design our own clutch fingers, make them right there, heat treat them right there, put them in the clutch, put it on the clutch dyno, make a pull.
Awesome. Cool. All right, man. Good talking to you.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, Tim.
Yeah.
Thank you.